We've heard some stuff about the number of perimeter shots you put up this year and working to extend your game. Can you kind of take us through that a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, pretty much what I've been doing is just working hard by myself and pretty much just trying to get a lot of reps up and a lot of good reps and make a ton of shots throughout the day.
What kind of progress have you seen? If you go back to maybe the mid-spring to where you are now?
Just progress that like I see myself and how confident I feel in my shot, seeing a bunch go in, and like coaches and the rest of our team, like the rest of the players see that I make a lot of shots, perimeter shots in particular, and they seem to be impressed with it. So it's good.
Cool. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Josh Graham, followed by Ryan Wilcox.
Hey, Garrison, thanks for doing this. We've heard a lot about the big men who are coming in, the 5 stars, and Walker and Dayron. What's your initial impression of both those guys?
Yeah, I'm very impressed with both of those young men. They both work really hard, and they're both adapting really well and catching on the speed right now. And coach is impressed with it, and I think it's great because it's going to help our team get a lot better every day.
Following up real quick, the jump shot for Dayron. We've heard a lot that he has pretty good range for a big man. What have you seen there?
No, he does not. I don't know who told you that. No, I'm joking. He shoots the ball really well. I joke around with him a lot. I call him Joel Embiid because I think he has a really good skill set, like similar to Joel Embiid.
Ryan, followed by Kiera.
What's up, Garrison? So like Andrew said, we know the jump shot is something you've been working on this offseason and the past offseason. What else have you been working on? What other aspects of your game have you been trying to improve?
Just still being a leader, still scoring the ball inside, running up and down the court, really trying to get better at that because that's what coaches emphasize every year, and I'll try to get better at that every year. Also, something I've been trying to get better at this year is just like guarding by myself, and that's been pretty much what I've been trying to do, just get better guarding like alone and not needing help and can lock down my man.
Cool, appreciate it.
Kiera, followed by CL.
Hey, Garrison. Speaking of your leadership and coming into your own, even your mother said, she was so happy to see you maturing the way that you have. What has surprised you most about yourself coming into your senior season?
Yeah, something that surprised me, pretty much just being vocal a little bit. It's not something I really like to do, talk a whole lot, but I surprised myself just being more of a vocal leader this past year and trying to do it now. And I think that's something that I've done that's really going well for me and my the team this year.
CL, then Brian.
Garrison, what would you say you learned or took out of last year, looking at it from a team perspective?
What didn't we learn? But the hard part was I think that throughout losing all those games, I think the thing that stuck out to me the most is like when things aren't going right, you come in and try to work even harder than you did the day before so you can try to really change those things. I think that's something I had to learn myself to come in and try to work harder every day and fix what's going on.
And kind of individually looking at it, do you feel like much more of an offensive threat now after having such success last season?
Yes, I do. Because I just had a little. I think it was. I still had success last year, and I think that my confidence has grown, and I think that I'm a better player from last year.
Thanks.
Hey, let me interrupt. Are you still not getting any video? Can you see him okay?
Yeah, we have video now.
Yeah, we can see him now.
All right. Yeah, if that happens, just come back to me and say, yeah, it's fixed. Thanks. All right, that was CL. Then we get Brian there. Brian, go ahead.
Hey, Garrison. With everything going on this summer with COVID, what has been the hardest part to try and adjust and adapt and get back into the schedule?
Yeah, I was talking to one of our managers, John Bum, from my freshman year, like last night actually, and I was just telling him like how everything could change in like a mere factor, like 2 days, and I think it's been tough for us, just trying to plan everything and stay safe and keep everyone in like a tight bubble, and I think that's really hard for us. I mean, I think that it's a challenge, and we've been doing it pretty well.
What stands out about what Caleb Love can do
What have you seen from him that stands out?
Caleb Love, of course, is a really good player, very athletic. I think he scores the ball really well in transition and really shooting the ball well from outside. I think the biggest surprise to me is that like he's somewhat athletic. I wouldn't tell him that to his face though.
And then how do you see RJ Davis kind of working into the offense as well alongside Love?
Yeah, man, RJ's been great, man. Like he's adapted really well, been pushing the ball really well, playing how Coach Williams expects his guards to play, and it's just been phenomenal seeing him out there. He can get out there and score the ball the best of anybody.
Great, thank you.
Anybody else with a question for Garrison?
I have one.
Go ahead.
Hey, Garrison, kind of going back to leadership, I think over the years you've obviously stepped more into a role for the younger guys as it pertains to basketball. But with 2020, we've kind of seen with a pandemic and then social injustice kind of come to the forefront for you guys. How do you see your leadership style kind of grow in that direction, maybe tackling more tough like subjects?
Yeah, I just pretty much try to emphasize like our guys use your voice and be educated about things going on around you. Everything going on around you outside of like basketball and like music and like fashion and stuff like that. But I think that people should be more in tune with what's going on around them and how it could affect them and how it's affecting their people.
And just a quick follow-up, how has that been different from when you came in as a younger guy? I mean, I don't necessarily know if that kind of mindset was on the, mind of younger guys when you were entering into college.
No, not at all. It wasn't on my that wasn't on the front of my mind coming into college. All I could think about in my freshman year was just like coming in, just trying to get used to being in North Carolina and playing basketball. But I do realize other things are more important at the time, and I think that we've had very tough conversations about those topics that are going on in the world, and I think that's just worked out really well for our guys.
Okay, we got 6 quick questions for Garrison before we get Andrew in here, so no follow-ups. So Andrew Jones followed by Josh.
Garrison, real quickly, what does a healthy leaky black look like these days?
Yeah, healthy leaky black looks like a Swiss Army knife. You can do anything. That's pretty much how I would describe
them. How much quicker, more alert? I know he said no follow-up, but if you could elaborate a little bit more on that, please.
Yeah, Leaky's always been really good on defense. He's been getting up and down the floor really well. Of course, he's always getting people involved. He's always been a very good passer. And I think the surprising part is he's healed up really well from his injuries, and I think that he's become what he was in high school, like a big athletic guard, and he's just going to be really good this year. You'll see.
Cool. Thanks. Appreciate it.
Don't worry, Andrew. Nobody ever listens to me. I told Playtech to come back about 5 minutes since we had some technical glitches here. If G doesn't mind sticking around for a few extra. Josh Graham followed by CL.
See there? I can't see him.
Yeah, Josh, go.
Just give us an initial impression. We're a few weeks out of the season. Some of the things we're seeing from the new guys now that they're in the building. You guys have been working together.
Yeah. My initial impression is like we're gonna be a really good team. I think we're gonna do what Carolina does: get up and down the floor really well, get the ball inside. And I think that we're gonna be tremendous rebounding the ball. I think we need to be the best rebounding team in the country, and then not even be close.
CL followed by Ross.
Garrison, how has COVID changed? What changes had to be made in terms of the conditioning that you guys normally do? I understand you guys aren't doing the mile this year.
Yeah, COVID has changed everything. Pretty much. We can't be in the locker room all at the same time. We have to social distance all the time. Always have to have masks. But I think that we've done a good job of finding other stuff to do. We've been outside a terrible amount. I'm not gonna lie. But it's I think that's the biggest adjustment. We've been outside running the whole time, and I think that's okay.
Isaac followed by Brendan. Last 2.
Yes, sir.
Thanks for your time, Garrison. Man, it is hard to believe you are on the cusp of your senior season. What would you say, looking back on that young man from Lafayette coming in several years ago?
Good God Almighty. Nah, it's if I could look at him now, I say, man, you're gonna come a long way with just hard work and dedication.
Right on. Thank you.
Last one, Brendan.
Yeah, Garrison, I just wanted to follow up. You were talking about RJ. You sounded very complimentary of him. Is he the new guy who's probably surprised you the most, or is there someone else who maybe has really stood out to you and you weren't necessarily expecting them to acclimate that quickly?
Yeah, it's RJ, and it's not even close because I don't like Dayron as much. Coach compliments Dayron too much, so I got to compliment RJ all the time now. But nah, I'm impressed with all the guys, but I think I like RJ the most because, I mean, of course, he's a guard and he plays really good. And he took B-Rod's number 4. So like B-Rod left me, he left RJ. So, and then RJ passed me the ball all the time. So it's pretty good.
Thank you.
Anybody else? Anybody I missed? All right. Garrison, thank you. We'll get Andrew Platek in here next.
That concludes ACC Media Day.